Welcome to Within the Ring of Fire. Oh, the fall. And this is Within the Ring of Fire, a dark immersion. Oh, I can do some glare here. A dark immersion role-playing game. It's awesome. There are 5 books out now, where one of them is an awesome novella, which I could find out myself, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to show you this wonderful, lovely book. It's wonderful. Buy it, and I will get to it right now. Just as we'll start the fall. We've not been playing for a while. This is episode 15, I believe. Yeah. Short recap for the players. You've been traveling into the Whispering Woods for some days after an encounter with the clergy of Belek. Meeting up with the Ugans, a human tribe, first seemed a prosperous population in finding the Duguid threatening the orc population in Flame Dance. But after a dispute over eating habits, a camp was made elsewhere. The group is now split up in 2, with the two, the Fox Fae and the Wolf Fae, hunting, and the Orc and the Ogre staying in the camp. Last time we saw from Curious Vision something watching Eros. But we're going to start with Akrova and Apitax, as they are still in camp. And guess you should all go on Roll20. I believe I have some music playing, or at least I had some music playing. But you are seeing this forest you've been waking up to. There's still no bird calls as you, Akrova, would be accustomed to in a normal forest. But still you can always hear something scattering in the leaves. There's always something crawling, something buzzing. Oh. But you all, there together, can see a large moth flying in, seeing it landing on a tree, seemingly watching you. The same moth type you saw before, which is on Roll20. You can see it. This white fur, large black antennas, and a orange face. But you can take it away.
They've been gone for some time. How long does it take for one to find tracks?
Oh, that could take a while. Let's give it some more time before we worry more.
You seem to be quite at ease in this place. It is good to see. I have not known your people to relax, always shouting or knocking something over.
He straightens himself up from his hunched over position as he looks over towards you. No. Ogre know how to rest. Ogre know how to relax. But it is awfully hard here. It is so quiet. So very quiet.
Does this unsettle you?
Yes. Yes, it does. It's not every day you hear this utter silence.
Hmm. Hmm. I will be honest with you. There are many times that I wish that were true. Flame Dance is a place of much noise. I have some time to reflect, to concentrate. Hmm. This is what I feel is lost on many people.
He begins to stroke his chin as if it had hair upon it, and if it did, surely his large ogre hands would be stroking it. But as such, only the bare, square jaw of his rather large head will be stroked as he looks over towards you. Yes. Yes, I see the value in this. There are many a times when one must think, and only in the utter silence that we have does one can gather their own thoughts. But we draw so close now, I can feel it. The time for thoughts will be soon over, and the time for action will be nigh. Hmm.
Hmm. How is it that your people prepare for action?
He stares down at the ground for a moment, and then looking back up. There is no special ritual to be had, no words to be spoken. One could die at any moment out here. As such, we have no preparation we go through. One might say that we are always ready to go. From the moment I was born, I was always told to prepare myself, to always be ready. And he flexes that massive arm of his, and as he does, he looks over at you. And I, ho ho, I am always ready, ready for the end to come.
Hmm. Do you fear it?
Oh yes. Oh yes, I do. But just as much as I fear it, it should also fear me.
Hmm. That is a strange way to speak of it. All people do not speak of it this way.
How is this?
Hmm. I'd look around and I'd just press my hand in like the foliage and the grass and the dirt. And I'd bring up my hand and I'd just look at my dirtied hand. Hmm. I don't respond further than that.
Staring upon this bit of a ritual in his mind, Looks back at you. We're not as fortunate to have such connections and peace of mind. We're born with fire burning within our hearts the second we come out. We are all too destined to leave the world as such. No, I must always be ready for the fury to come to me. It has tempered my body and mind, and as such, like a candle, will eventually burn out. But I'll make sure it's a beautiful one when it does.
This struggle you speak, I am sorrowful to hear that you go through this.
There's a song my people have sung for many an age. From the time in the beginning, they would talk of such things, but none could ever really know the rage that lies within. It is a fire to the mind. But we fight it ever so, a testament to the ogre it is. But we still stand. We're still here. And we still suffer. Hmm.
As you stand there, those words you're looking into the forest. It's not dark yet, but still twilight is began painting itself on the horizon. And you could see a small lantern in the distance coming further, very low to the ground. No sound follows this lantern. It just sways in, yeah, in what seemed to be the wind, though no wind is blowing.
Arkopa quickly stands to his feet, and as he does, he looks over towards the direction of this, and looks back at you.
Hmm? What is it?
Epitex, look yonder there.
Oh?
You see that light?
Hmm. Yeah.
I feel like it is getting closer.
Hmm. Do not go to it.
I fear it is coming to us.
Hmm? Then I slowly sort of get on up, and I crane my neck, try to get a better view.
And into you slowly comes a dirtied face, sloped forehead, and well, a shining mail shirt, and a crossbow, and a lantern, and a beard, combed, but still dirty. He looks at you with a confused face, and speaks in to Julian. You, you mm, who, who are you?
I look.
I am with the Forest Watch. Are you coming? And he looking at Akrova, and then you just very confused about this couple. I. Uh, well, I am Keith. Leith. You will speak to me. Who are you? What's your business here? He has like a dead rabbit in his belt. Fresh kill.
Arkova looks over at you, Epitax, and a bit of a confusion in his brow as he kind of moves in closer towards you and then leans in. I don't understand what he says. And he says this in Sindarian.
I turn
What
to
is
you.
what is he speaking?
He speaks his people's tongue. I know it well. He is a forest watchman.
Ah,
And then I turn to him and I speak in Tulian. I am Apatax Untok Shwata Vixpaketa. And this is Arkova. We are here in search. You are here for... And I just point to the dead rabbit on his belt.
He looks at it. I'm here in search, but you are not of the watch. Are you lost?
No, no. Is this a dangerous area? Should we move?
He nods.
Hmm?
It is far too close to the fort. You should move.
He says, and I say in Sindarian, he says this place is dangerous. Close to the fort. I do not know what the fort is, but it is dangerous, says
oh,
this one.
hello there. Ask him. Tell him that we are looking for the ones who attacked us, who attacked our people. The Duxet, the Duxet
Yes,
assassins and their wicked knives.
yes, calm your voice.
Hmm.
I say,
And he nods his head a bit and realizing kind of his a bit of pitch, but he kind of just lowers himself a bit to appear less threatening, though hard to do when you are a giant rock of red bouldered meat.
we are in search, but I feel we must stay here for a time. You have traveled by yourself. You wish bread, rest. Here, stay for some time.
He looks behind him. I feel no. I have a place to stay here.
You have a place.
You should leave. Looking. This is not cleared. This is not for you.
But it is for us. We, and I gestured to Arkova and I, have come here with two others. We are in search. We will not leave until we find.
What do you search? He put his he lowers his crossbow. He had it on his shoulder to stand on the ground, resting it up against his leg.
Find the Duxit people. They have something of ours.
He nods. Mm. They did attack your people. Mm. I've seen them here.
Where do you see them? Close or far?
Close.
I look up at Arkova and then back at him.
Many different. They seem to come from the hills, the small ones. I have not cleared that area. They are not priority.
What is this place you stay? You
Mm.
had spoken of it.
It is small. It is hidden. It's like looking at you. It's not for you. Like looking at a crover. Just looking up. Like, no. No.
Arkova begins sizing him up as this man begins looking him over, and he kind of gives like these slight these flexes, which are not meant out of intimidation per se, just out of gut reaction. So like his chest muscles, his end up kind of dancing back and forth a little bit. Kind of leans over a bit as he's sitting down, still towering over this tiny, dirty Farum.
We'll stay here until our other two return. Then we will go. Are there more forest watchmen here, or just you?
Me. I'm here now. The others are at the mansion of Delirium.
Why are you here and not in Flame Dance? Hungry?
Like looking at I did eat. It's like looking at you like a bit becoming a bit annoyed. Just this big brow just we are no. The rabbits are a threat to the Dukat are a threat to Flame Dance. I am here for them. I search for them. There are many.
There is no reason for you to be alone if you search for many. They are dangerous. We both know this. And it would be in your best interest to stay with us. Go to your home, take what you need, but return here.
I will do this search alone, Orc. But thank you. You will leave when your other two come back.
We will.
Good. And he takes his crossbow up again, lifting it, nodding to a crow and nodding to you. And then walking over to a tree nearby, taking out a copper knife and begin like itching into the tree.
And I say to him, you search for Duxit.
Mm.
Have you seen signs of them?
I have seen opium puppies. I've seen their footprints. I've seen groups, but too many to approach. But they are by the hills. many of them. And he like finishes looking at you, and really looking at you, just squinting his eyes, looking up at you, and then looking at Akrova. And then he waddles off slowly.
Yeah, like as I said that, and I'm doing the kind of noises. That's me just sort of returning to our little fire and like sitting down, supposedly just that's it. I'm done talking to him, kind of thing. And then I gesture for you towards you, Arkova, to get your attention. It's saying Sindarian. The watchman says he is looking for Duxit. He says he has found Duxit. He says there are many. Too many for just he.
Did he know where?
By hills. He says they come from hills, like your people.
With that, he kind of leans back a bit as the fire crackles, and folds his arm, nods his head. Good, good. This should make the search much easier.
He also said there were a opium poppy. I believe it is a flower. I do not know.
I have
He
seen
says this is by them.
I have seen this. I have seen these flowers before. They are both a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Are they your Fey connection?
I never thought of it like that. But they are relaxing to have, and in the hands of one who knows how to mash and brew them, they can be a most potent concoction to have. Yes. I deeply do enjoy the opium as it is. But however, where there is opium, there are those who wish to claim it. I've seen many a man cut down for being too near their own stock, whether they be angry Typhon or greedy Ferrum. Matters not. Someone's always owning a patch.
And we move to the other two. Yeah, you are close to the lakes in this slightly hilly area. Long, high willow trees above you. You cue with your eyes on a Duxit. And you arrows, I'm guessing, cutting off some branches of this willow. Yeah, you can.
And so, head down. I do not gaze directly at the Duxit that I have spotted in the trees. Instead, I speak low, knowing that Eros' hearing is superb, second to none. I simply whisper, "There, northwest of here, in the tree, one of them long ears, smiling on us."
Yeah.
Sitting there silent.
And what precisely, Quiro, do you think that we should do now?
Well, it is rude of him to interrupt our hunt. I say he has volunteered. Quarry.
Yes, well, matters are so most certainly of paramount importance. And I look towards you and I smile, my long, wolfish smile, with my beautiful, perfect face, my long, flowing, flame locks. Well, perhaps then we shall move towards him and investigate. So it definitely looks like he's seen us, is that right, Mia?
Ryukuro, it looks like he's looking at arrows. He is, yeah, he's very difficult for you to see, to spot at first arrows. He's just black skin, black fur, black leather. The only thing giving away is the kukri slightly reflecting the sky. But he's looking at you. Let's see, have you rolled stealth to see if you can? I guess it would be I don't know, crowds maybe to.
I mean, if he's looking at me, he's looking at me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to out-stealth him.
No, but stealth for not seeming like, for stealth for not speaking with a high voice, and
okay.
on for like I'm not alert of things now. So it's both like a guile, like sleek. I guess.
You want me to roll guile?
No. I think sneak will be fine as keeping low voices is probably. You can roll this for.
And under stealth, you said you wanted us to use move. You want us to use crowds?
I guess that would be the only thing where it's like not being seamless.
Okay, which stat did you want us to use here?
Enlightenment.
Okay. All right. So I have a 15.
Okay. Good. And can you see what I rolled, or did I use the GM roll correctly?
I didn't see it.
Awesome. Good. Well, yeah. What do you do?
All right.
I'm
And so,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carl. Go ahead.
yeah, I just say so. I begin to move, yes, closer and as silently as possible towards him. If we can, so we know he's in the tree. If we can, do some sort of scrabble up there, get him. We know pack tactics just instinctually, and so I'm just sort of making my way over to it, and I look up at those twin moons, those hunting moons, and there's something deep and dark inside that stirs. And I look at that rabbit, that prey species, and I just remember somewhere at some time, some place long ago, I've been told how delicious the Fey blood tastes.
So you are getting up on it. How about you, Eros?
Well, I kind of just planned to run at it as fast as I could and grab it by the neck with my fangs and snap its neck and eat it. Really more my plan.
It's up in a tree, like 25 feet up.
It's fine.
Something.
I want to get to it. So I guess I see it seen me, so I break and run right towards the tree, fast as I can.
Okay, let's roll reactions. Because this is hmm. Hmm. It's not good.
$14.
What did you say?
14.
Okay, you're good.
Alright.
So, Kuro, you up?
All right. So seeing the lightning fast form of the Flame Dancer launching himself up the tree, I know that I'm not as fast though I am. I'm not as fast as the Flame Dancer, but I may very well be faster than one of these rabbit folk. And if he tries to hop down and hop away, it will be my jaws that will be greeting him. And so, as speed and fury is performed by one of my compatriots, what I do instead is I look to the forest floor. I look to my shadow cast by those twin moons. A deep shadow, a shadow that we cannot know here on Earth, for we only have the one moon, but in Kvega Thale it is always two full moons leering down. Ahriman, elder creator of darkness. And I remember, darkness is a physical object here, a thing of spirit coalesced. Darkness can be touched, darkness can be manipulated, darkness can be known. Unseen, I reach down and I touch my own shadow. I begin to lift it and peel it up off the forest floor like I was pulling latex. It pulls free. I lift my own shadow off of the forest floor. Nothing sticks to it, no errant blades of grass, no bits of rock or soil. Instead, I'm holding an oil slick in my hands, and I pull it over my face, and I wear it like a garment. For in the darkness of the night, in my dreams, in my visions, the ancient Kitsune have given me the secret of invisibility, and I fade away from sight and move under that tree to accept any lagomorphic offerings that decide to jump down.
But yeah, your turn, Eros.
Unfortunately, I don't have something quite like that. I have speed of 24, and I'm just running directly towards a tree and watching the rabbit as the huntsman that I am. My teeth gleaming in the full moonlight.
You're climbing the tree?
Oh no. No, I will not be climbing the tree. I have other ways to get up there. Am I to the tree now?
Yeah, you're at the tree.
Well, I don't want to get to it. Like, as I'm running up towards it, I leap into the air. I do have an athletics of 7. And as I leap into the air, my body erupts in shimmering coppers and vibrant oranges, in burning, deep, lustrous reds, as it coats my body in feathers of same said colors. My hair erupts in a beautiful mane, and the flame crackles, burning back some smalling bit of a brush that burns to brown and ash as it floats towards the forest floor. I look up, my eyes gleaming with flame, as I soar directly towards this foul rabbit beast that has the audacity to be here. He'll trick no longer. I'm basically just going to try to just bull rush right in and just knock him off his 25-foot perch and let the ground deal with him.
Sure, let me get I guess, a brawl.
All right.
Yep. 25 speed, that's not to be messing with.
Let's see here.
Mm.
All right, so he's going to need to deal with a 14. Because I'm just going to try to knock him right off, just slamming right into him. He's going to have the options of moving or being knocked to the ground.
He's rolling very poorly. He has a 10, so you can get at him.
I slam into him, his hair singed, and you, Quiro, wearing the mask of shadow or not, you have the nose of a fox, and you smell the burning hair of the hair as his lagomorph form is singed and burned, his hair burning away, exposing the slight patch of flesh beneath as he tastes the coppery flame. I slam into him, knocking him off of the branch as I fly, hitting him with my strong wolf body, a rabbit, no match for a wolf. As I fly past the space, I hit him. He's up on the tree. He wobbles and falls back, falling directly towards 25 foot towards the ground. As I soar like a phoenix over the cold black night and the canopy of trees above.
So, yeah. Awesome, but how much damage would that be? I'm guessing 5? Or did you
All of
did
it.
all of it? Yes.
25-foot fall, so
I know.
yeah. There's there would be the damage from well, that would actually be 4. The actual slamming into him would be 4 damage, in addition to the damage from falling.
Yeah, of course. He lands burning. There's not a scream from his face, but he's fairly mangled.
I meant 5. I'm sorry, I meant 5.
Okay.
I forgot to add the fire damage in there.
He's not dead, but he's close to that, and
Right.
he's not on fire, but he's not dead, but he is he's in the quick, just so you know. So he
Right.
lands with his back first, shock on his face, not seeing, and you can just see him there's just awe on his 2 blue rapid eyes as he looks up at you, seeming as if there's no pain, even though his body is close to mangled. He's just looking up at you, confused. Yeah, you can take it away. He, doesn't do anything for an action. He's just, baffled. He's not sitting up. But, yeah.
All right, so
Trevor. Yeah.
Okay. And so, as he, black-furred and blue-eyed as he is, he looks up towards the sky, and suddenly darkness moves over the moons. He sees my fingertips appear seemingly out of nothing as I peel. I open up the darkness itself, and suddenly the black rabbit meets the white fox, and I smile down at him, and I kneel to that silent form, so brave not to call and cry out. And I speak to him in words I seem to barely understand, for they are Aegeran, words I've heard so long ago. Now, in these final moments, this is the first time you've ever truly lived. This is my gift as a predator to you, my prey. I do not expect you to thank me. And thusly do my clawed hands reach out those copper tips upon my gloves, they go about his neck, and I begin to squeeze and squeeze. Not something a wolf normally does, no, not something a fox, but I am compelled to see those candles behind the eyes go out.
You could see as he saw you for the first time, a little yelp came from him. And as you smothered that sound, both of you could feel that ba-doop, 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 and then the slowing again as fear permeates the forest of whispers. And the rabbit lies with your hands, and as you remove your hands, the blood is coating a necklace with two rabbit's feet. One in each end, not really a close necklace. Just two rabbit's feet on a chain.
I look at this, the strange bola-like object that they've had. I think I've seen these on some of the other ones, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is it, Quirrell?
Yes, it's some sort of a charm for luck or something that they use in worship. Didn't do him much good. And I look down at that now silent and somewhat singed and smoking rabbit upon the forest floor.
Well, no need to let this go to waste. And my mouth expands wide under the eyes of Aramon. Gleaming white fang meets burning black fur. So I begin to rip and tear it apart, eating its succulent flesh, the leg meat, the haunches, the ribs, just digging in and taking my fill. My alabaster face stained crimson in the blood that drips from my mouth upon my chest and spatter. Ah, so wonderful to sup upon these. They taste amazing, truly a banquet worthy. God, do not enjoy, Quirrell. Do not enjoy this trickster's flesh and blood. Snapping sound his bone makes.
I too begin to gnaw upon the poor and unfortunate soul. Unlike perhaps some of the other combats that I've engaged in, I leave those eyes intact, those wide eyes, the last proof that he was filled with fear before the end. That in those last moments, truly, he was alive. He knew himself more than he had ever known in all the cycles that he had ever lived in those last moments. And we, the Fae of Darkness, have never been thanked for such a gift. But I take my payment. I take my payment for teaching him the ways of fear. I gnaw upon the arm. Those fingers that clutched a kukri that would have ended our lives had he had his way. But no, it would seem the rabbit, of all things, was not the predator tonight.
And I continue eating until I have absolutely sated myself like a wolf, gobbling down every bit of the creature that made that horrendous mistake of coming into the woods on a night. These woods no longer safe for the softer Fae.
And you eat in peace as the moons look down at you. You can see small creatures looking at you, visiting you, as they do not believe that you can see them. They are hiding in the shadows, their white fur, black eyes looking at you, small, but watching. So many of them watching. Soon they are all gone. As you have finished your meal, your fill. The luminescent caterpillars light up in this forest.
Ah, Quira, you have no need to eat bugs tonight.
Yes, not a one, except if I see one of them green scintillating ones, they're rather spicy. I enjoy the flavor of those. Yeah, you should have one as well.
That is disgusting.
No, it's beautiful to behold, and it's a delight upon the tongue. I'm
Right.
sure even Apotax may smile if he tasted one.
Let's not throw the word beautiful around so lightly. And I sort of take my hair and just shimmer it around like a clearly only I should be given that word.
Oh, yes, truly you are the flame in the darkness. I believe this one here, and I point to the bloodied skeleton. There's all that's left of the rabbit. I believe he was transfixed by your flame orange hair. And this proved to be his doom. Let it be
Yes.
the doom of others that stand in our way.
We certainly can't blame him for that. That's obviously only couth on his part. You see, Quirrell, right when I got to him, at that pinnacle moment, I leapt into the air, took flame bird wings, and smashed him, sending the stupid beast hard to the ground. I suppose you came in and found the dead body laying on the ground at that point. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I had come aloft, past the canopy of the trees, upon flame-lit wings. Oh, I love this long, beautiful cascade of darkness. I feel so at home here. Oh.
Yes. In this night I have come to understand a few more things about the darkness. The way it moves, the way it feels, even the way it can taste. And there must be a sound to it. A sound, I know this seems strange and Arkova might disagree, but there's a sound to silence. And here, I believe I can sense it. The sound of the dark.
You know, I have heard such things there in my youth, there in that crag, that cave for which I grew, on the edge of the desert of ash and char. I heard there was a song, a sound, a mystical minstrel played music there upon aloft dark passageways, there in that umbra before the birth of Eramon's face. His special sounds, keyed in a spectacular splendor, the sounds of the chorus of the demons. It is very true and haunting and deep and lovely, and I believe on one night of 77, I heard them there when I was young, there haunting, stretching upon those passages of that great desert. Oh, yes, I think Mother was happy. I do not know. Said she did not ever confide to me. Her abandoned offspring. Her eggshell wolf. Oh, and I get sort of a sad, forlorn look in my eye.
I see. The sorrows of loss. Well, Eros, I'd always assumed that your past was only one of triumph after triumph. And yet, your body, It's been scarred, not in a way that mars it, mind you. Not at all. In fact, it adds something. Each and every one tells a tale, and I am interested in the telling of tales, be they spoken or ones that you can simply see. Yes, a scar is worth many words. You can't see every scar. They're there. You've had a difficult life, Eros. There's been sorrow, there's been blood, there's been pain. Have you ever wondered if there was a force driving you here? Did you ever wonder if you had a choice in all this? Were you forced here to flame dance, out in these woods tonight? Do you think he, and again I gestured to the bloodied skeleton, do you think he ever stood a chance? Could he have escaped this fate if he had just made a different choice? Or were we always here, waiting for him, with our teeth?
An interesting philosophical ramble there. Quirrell, I believe I was preordained and summoned by the space that occupies the dream of reality unto Flame Dance, to be its dancer, to be its beautiful red-haired child. Yes, I believe that was destiny, carved in the ether before us. And I kind of take my hand and sort of illuminate it, leaving like a trail of flames in the air, as if I'm just writing in the air and leaving it to burn. Yes, I see that, but I believe destiny is only a summons, only a call, only an alert. It is you in practice and principle that must bring and manifest what you wish to exist. That is heroism. That is the making and the marking and the achievement of transcendence, greatness. The epic tale to be told perhaps by your quill, perhaps by your chisel. Yes, that may be. And my teeth are gleaming, stained slightly with blood. Yes, that will be the thing, and the rub for us both. How do we execute when the moments come and call us, as I did there in the high heavens, versus one thing, one part of a great powerful troll, a deity of many, many faces that some god of orcs left in antiquity came to face modern day incarnation of divinity, tomorrow's selection, a shadow to be made pure in flesh. And you, Quirrell, will be there to tell the tale in its entirety. As you have said, sorrow has haunted my path, but that has only tinged my heart, and I shall fulfill what I was made to become. So to put it simply, we are the ones to forge our destiny in that moment to which we have been called. For yes, we were waiting here with our teeth bare, but was it us to eat the rabbit, or perhaps the rabbit to eat us? Well, we have settled that. Action speaks loudest.
Yes, here we have pulled upon the strings of fate, and forged them, as one might say. No, that's silly. Woven them in such a way as to make our own path, our own tapestry. Yes, you see, Eros, I have a great concern for what is fated and what is willed. I have a great worry that we're all just puppets here because of all of us. I feel like I'm the only one who can see the strings. Of course, in my own vision, I reach out and I'm tugging at those skeins of fate, those strange strings that move through reality ever since Anthraxu had bound Kavega Thale together via time. And the worry that all is inescapable has always weighed heavily upon me, and I'm pawing at the air, some unseen weaver amongst the loom of fate that is Anthraxu.
Oh, where to now? Perhaps to find those other faces that cower in darkness's embrace. Hmm? Would that
Yes. We have two tasks, I suppose, that we should engage in to bring something back for Arkova and Apatax to gnaw upon. For I do not believe that the defiled bones of that rabbit fae will do in this situation. And also, we can follow any more tracks of those large loping feet of his and see from which direction they come. Remember, we found that strange dream-like illusion before. They are using some manner of mysticism.
Avatex does not eat meat. I believe he eats the grubs contained in the bark of trees. I believe is his favorite sustenance.
Yes, well, that's a meat. That's a meat of sorts.
You can take his horns and rip at the tree, if I recall correctly, and then find the grubs and the ants and have his way with them.
Yes, as my many cycles living with the orcish community, I do know that they enjoy a good fungus. That is something that they love, and that is abundant here.
No.
Pull a few off the tree.
Rip at some bark. No. It's the things in the bark. That's what their tusks are for, to rip into the tree, so they may enjoy it.
No. I assure you, it's for rooting up. It's for rooting up fungus, like one of them things that the humans have, the pig. That's what they like.
I don't know about them, but a pig. Well, I know something about pigs. I have heard they are close to many of my kind are close to them, at least I should say. So they wait. Are you saying that pigs eat the bark? I'm sorry, I stopped listening to your part of that. Or that pigs are good for eating fungus? I'm sorry, I couldn't pay attention to your point. And I shouldn't repeat it either. I don't believe.
They have orc-like tusks, and they'll root upon the ground and pull up a fungus. I can only assume that the orcs are the same way. I've seen them make fungus stew, a fungus soup, a fungus cereal. They'll add some grains to it.
Oh, that's just disgusting.
It's simply the orcish way.
What matter of low base creature are they that they eat fungus? Who's even heard of such a thing? No, I can't allow you to. I enjoy appetites. I can't allow you to insult and slander him. So that is cruel, Quiro. You should beg forgiveness from him when you see him. He is an eater of grubs and ants, I tell you.
I'm not maligning the orcish ways. It's simply what I have observed, and there are mushrooms out there of red, and they are spotted, and some of the orcs will eat them, and they will gibber for days about the spirits of the ancestors they have seen. That there's something about the orcish physiology and the fungus, and they see something in it that we do not see. I believe that the orcs, plant-like though they are, they may also be fungus men. Those mushrooms may be the spirits of their ancestors. Who can understand an orc?
I don't understand your fizzy whatever word. Your mum. You're just making words up now to try to pretend you're not wrong. about what eating preferences are. We both know he eats grubs. We've both seen it. Well, I haven't really seen it, but I heard him doing something, and I'm pretty sure he was eating grubs and ants and perhaps, I don't know, some of that tarry sap I've seen in trees. He looks like he would eat that and enjoy it, but I assure you he's not eat fungus. That's just no one eats that. That's disgusting. How dare you say that about him?
I assure you, he enjoys the fungus. The fungus that grows like a bookshelf off the side of a tree, and the sap that you are correct about the sap. That's like a sweet dessert that they give the Orcus children. I see them jumping up and tugging at their mama's skirts, and they ask for the sap.
If you could even call them clothes that they wear, they are truly quite monstrous. These orcs. They're very strange, base, low creatures. I think they're somewhere between, say, us and animals. They are some middle gap there. Clearly, their gods are very, very weak and rather pathetic. Having defeated one myself, I should hold them in low esteem. But I mean, at least don't call them fungus eaters. That is too low of a blow. I mean, next you'll be saying they enjoy flowers like the oh God, the frame. Oh God, how I wish to taste one's sweet, sweet, silky blood. Oh.
Yes, the Freyene. I'm not sure if I've ever seen one. I'm aware of the word, and I'm aware of their reputation. Fine foodstuffs that they are. Yes, what flowers? What if we planted flowers, had a festival of sorts, and do you think it would bring them in?
Oh, yes. Perhaps when they hear the stories of my beauty, they will come, and I will learn their souls. I mean, yes, it's a good idea. Flowers, yes. Let's lure them in. Free. Oh. Sweet, sweet succulents, free. Ah, I can pretend to smell one now. Oh, the imagination that spins in my mind is as if she herself was let loose. Ultimate, if you could give me a dream here in this waking world, send me a half dozen beautiful, fraying females. Oh, how I would love to run my fangs across the nape of their neck and draw tender little rivers of love. Oh, that's red love. Oh, I enjoy to lap at the base of their necks. Oh, can you believe it? Could you imagine, Vera, what we could do with them, with their sweet smell, aphrodisiac like perfume? That made the base for pleasure. Free blood by the bucketful. Imagine what we could make. Imagine what a despicable, one of those little iron monsters might pay for that. Oh, yes, I can imagine.
Yes, though to be fair, the Ironborn Ferrum, I believe that such a thing would simply burn their skin if they even touched it. No, I think others would pay for such a perfume. The humans, they are filthy, they are unclean, they are unkempt, unwashed, and uneducated, but
That's true,
they
yes.
do have money from somewhere, and they will pay premium copper, maybe even gold,
Ooh.
for such a thing.
Mm.
Paying gold for gold.
Mm.
Yes, I believe this is exactly the trick that we should play towards the humans. I do so enjoy bamboozling them.
Well, as well you should. We should certainly take all we can from anyone we can take it from. Their faith, their love, their lust, their lustrous gold. Each and everything has a place to play and we shall be the ones controlling the game, Quira. And I grab you here on the shoulder, firmly with my hand. Yes, we shall play the game like masters in the velvet night.
Yes, truly. The game has always been played in the darkness. And I look around. This silent forest of whispers. A game older than any of us. And I believe we are seeing the final moves of this session. I gaze thoughtfully outwards. Though even so, let's bring a mushroom back to Apatax. And I pull up a fat mushroom from the ground. You'll see he'll enjoy this one. And I put it in my satchel.
I have my hand on your shoulder, and I look up. Oh, indeed, the night moves. And I move over and like rip some bark off and like pull out some grubs. Like, oh, what a dumbass.
You return, still with the moons up high. You can see them sitting by their fire. So,
Hello there. Here they come, says Arkova.
Yes, lo there indeed. We have found an enemy and slain him. It was one of those Duxit who was in a tree, a lookout, a scout, something, who was spying upon us. But now he lays upon the forest floor, a bit more blackened and charred than he was when we found him. And a knowing nod is made towards Eros. And we have found sustenance, and I produce some mushrooms and other things that I found.
Put that away. It's despicable. Why would you even show him that? Apatax.
Just watch.
Stop. Stop. You're insulting him. I won't have it. Apatax is my companion, Quiro. Your jokes and kitsunery have gone on long enough. Apatax, I have brought you a gift, and I approach you with like a small bit of cloth and something moving and wriggling ever so slightly under it. Several things, in fact. Yeah, take these. A gift, so that you may sate your hunger. We both look like super full, so we're kind of like staggering a little bit still. And I try to present you to the to this little cloth of
Thank you. Come, sit.
There you are. It's a good dinner for you, I feel. Yes, enjoy.
Arkova begins to look around to see if any food has been brought, but noticing most of these have been brought towards Apatax, he kind of looks expecting.
Yes, and when you have finished with the appetizers, you can have the main course. And I hold up one of those mushrooms, and unfortunately for Arkova, it's probably pretty obvious that Eros and we definitely smell of blood, and that we have devoured something, but it has been devoured fully.
Lots of blood.
by the way, to the both of you, it smells like ferrum here. Just, I guess that's something both of you with a forte smell would be able to point out. That's just.
Thank you for these gifts. Would you say you had found one of them? Arkova and I had heard by a forest watchman that came through here earlier this day that there are many, much more than perhaps thought of originally. He says they are by the hills. Have you seen this Dukasit? Was This one by the hills.
Ah, the hills. He was not exactly there, but he was. He may have come from there. It was close enough. So you met a false watchman. Did you allow him to defecate in our camp? The stench here is simply abhorrent. Is it not?
No. He expressed his emotions to
Oh.
us, saying that this is not a safe area. There are not many watchmen here in this part of the wood. But if you have found the Duxit,
Hmm.
then that must mean we are close.
You
But I
were-
feel there is much more than them than there are of us. Do you think that we should find the humans?
The night is ours. It is they who need worry. It is they who will find shining bone when Elson rises. We do not need to worry, Apatax. But did you allow an ironmonger, a stump of a filthy vermin, to inhabit this area? We must find another place. I cannot stand the smell of it. It lingers, as if he said, worse than a well of defecation. Ugh, we must leave. And I have a very sour look on my face. We must go from here. This way.
Yes.
This way.
Yes.
Like kind of going back towards the way we came. We may find more of your hoppers than the grindfish immense. Oh yeah.
I just nod and I get up. I'm holding the bag of the thing and like a mushroom cap that was given to me in one hand, and I just put it in my little pack satchel and I put that over myself as I get ready to move.
Arkova gets up and assists in gathering all of the things to move, and as he does, he's just shaking his head the entire time, glancing about.
Where do you think is best we should move? I just look at, Kuro and Eros.
Well, I'm already moving in the direction. Your hoppers are this way. This way.
Yes, yeah. See, may as well follow Eros here. And as far as finding the humans, they are a loud and boisterous bunch. That is not something I feel that we should invite into the Whispering Woods. And if an overwhelming force of the Rabbit Fae are going to find anyone, they're going to find the humans first. The numbers, I believe, on both sides will be thinned out by the time we have to deal with either one.
Ah, but I hope that there be many left over, for I do wish to, and he rotates his shoulders as he says this, I do wish to show them my gratitude.
Yes, I do not trust the humans to be the ultimate victors in all this. No, there'll be Rabbit Fae plenty.
Human, rabbit, fae, what does it matter? Either one of them we will eat.
I just continue grumbling now and then as if responding, to what you're saying, as I'm moving along in the darkness.
I still offer Apatax a mushroom now and then to prove my point. He's a fungus eater.
I took the first one that you gave me and I just put it in my bag, but the others I just
Damn.
I just looked at it kind of like I look strangely at it, just and at you, just.
At some point, like when he's not looking, I reach back and smack your hand very hard, Guru. Stop it! Stop it now! You're offending him. You imbecile!
I'm keeping his strength up. He is our barber and surgeon. What if he falls? Surely we would all fall.
He
No,
has.
I need to keep him healthy.
Did you see he took those grubs and ate every one of them?
He's just being polite. It's an orcish tradition. That proves nothing. I know the orcs far better than you.
He doesn't want your mushrooms. He's getting very annoyed. He's thinking you're a buffoon.
He's saving those mushrooms. He's gonna save them later. He's gonna have nice dreams.
And in the midst of the quibble between you two, you hear a plucking cord of the string of his mandolin as Arkova begins to.
No, don't sleep on me with that loud noise, Arkova. What's wrong with you?
This was not very loud. This was as light as a wind.
I look visibly like, ugh.
Let me tell you a tale, my friends, as we travel along.
Yeah,
I
it's
heard
good.
this.
Hold on,
I heard this.
You want me to do outdoorsman track? Okay, I'm sorry. Give me a sec. I just saw the text there. Oh, you keep talking, Arkova. I'll just get this done.
Oh, yes. Let me tell you the tale, my friend. I heard this once from a passerby. They said firmly eat anything on the ground, including the dirt. He begins to do a light hymn of the Pharaoh that could eat anything.
Yeah, that explains why they are so rotund. Yeah, so they never stop eating.
That is how they dig their tunnels beneath the earth, don't you know? No shovels required. Only hands and teeth. And then he makes this gnawing motion into the air.
Yes, yes, Arkova, certainly.
You lead them around and you lead them back to the dead Dukuchit lying there. You can see his eyes have been closed. But, yeah, your trekking roll.
Well, his eyes are. Well, you know we devoured him, right?
Yeah, Kuro left his eyes open, so I thought they would still be.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I wanted just from that. I kind of thought it was more of a gory description, but okay, cool.
Yeah, but I know I know what you did, but yeah, this is what you see. You can see, yeah, yeah, but with that roll, that's what you see lying there. The sky have begun having streaks of pink in the edge, and yeah. And you, Akrova, can see the necklace around his neck, or what used to be his neck. There's nothing but tendrils left, and those eyelids closed.
He reaches down and plucks it swiftly, examining the necklace and then putting it away. Another grisly trophy and an offering and a promise to be kept to a certain Typhon.
Oh, it's not that necklace. It's
okay. Well, in either case, just keep going.
Necklace. Yeah.
It's his now. So he'll take it and he'll just put that in there after admiring it, appraising it for whatever it's worth, and putting it down. He'll also grab a bone and just kind of gnaw upon it, a bit disappointed that there was none left for him. But whatever tiny morsels are left, you shall eat them. And even crunch upon the bone, you'll hear in the back. as he sucks the marrow dry.
And you walk, and you end up by the lakes again.
Hmm. Is this a suitable place for your palate to rest?
Yes, this seems fine.
Hmm. Good. I look around before doing what I can to set up a camp. Finding some twigs around the immediate vicinity.
You'll see that Arkova brings with him a little fire bundle, and it's currently smoking, slightly smoldering, and can be coaxed into a flame once more as he hands it to you.
Hmm. You know, I light it. Morning is soon upon us. And with it the day. Should we move during this time? I know you two only need but a few moments rest in your uh, mm, trance.
Yes, that is true.
Mm, this is good. Alcova, while they rest, uh, let us all keep vigil and watch. We know there are many of them here. Do not wish for them to smell the blood.
Yes, yes. Let the hunters go upon their meditations. I will watch. And his head starts like scanning the horizon of the forests around him, nodding, looking upon those strange lakes that we have seen before.
You know, I sit down and out of my pack I take out, and which you've seen me do this in the camp, Arkova. I would take out these strange-looking instruments that are made from a mixture of bone and whittled wood, pieces of wood with sinew, sort of tying bits and pieces of it. They look very strange. They are some of which some of you will see that they're barber tools that I've used in the past, but others are they seem like they have no like they would have no application, and they look rather strange, like a coiling looking spring like design with a bulb at the end. And the bulb itself is made of some strange wax. And you see me, I take that and I put it in a small little gourd-like thing that's filled with some sort of liquid. I just put it in there until the bulb rests at the top of the gourd, so that the whole thing is in there. And I have a lot of these strange-looking mechanisms and little tools that I take out now and then, and I clean. And it looks like I'm cleaning some of the tools, the barber tools, but I'm also perhaps doing some other strange orcish thing. Um, that's how I sort of pass the time. And of course, what I'm doing is experimenting with the liquid from the Golden Lake, some of the liquid from way back that would calcify things, uh, and other sort of smaller experiments that I keep.
Roll me a occult roll. Guess that would be science. Let's see, occult.
That would be science.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah,
Colt?
occult.
Well, while that's happening, Arkova will gaze upon this ritual that he has seen you do time and again in our brief time in this outing, and you'll notice his gaze fall upon you as you do this, and there's obviously wonderment in his eyes when you do such. Um, the wheels turning in that ogre mind of his to comprehend what it is that you have, and of course he'll sit down and he'll start grabbing some stones and just kind of feeling them out in his hands. Some of them he'll toss off to the side, others he'll put in a pack.
You can.
There you go.
Okay. Yep.
I'm taking some of the grubs, putting them in, some grubs. I mean, I just start dissecting parts of them. And I have a small bit of roll of parchment where some little charcoal. I'm drawing some of them.
It's not the thing you will get from the calcification is that it's some sort of salt crystallizing in contact with different stimuli, and yeah, of course, with your occult role, this is not a natural behavior of salt. It's too fast, too
Like an accelerated. It's put to an accelerated pace.
yeah.
And it's safe to assume this would be bad for, any sort of growing crops or, like this is a toxic thing. I'm getting.
Yeah. This is definitely toxic.
Okay.
And yeah. And you think it also might have some further properties that's not just toxic to this world, but perhaps to.
Like it affects something beyond Kvegathel.
Yeah, and with your theology it probably affects the Ghostlands.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what you get.
Do you, as some time passes, maybe like in the morning or something, I'll just look over to Arkova. You have not eaten much.
No,
Are you?
no, I haven't.
Hmm,
He kind of like just rubs his stomach, and there's a bit of a growl that you hear.
is it safe for him to go out and find something to fill his stomach?
I think it'd be very safe. Not for anything that Arkova is chasing down, however. But safe for him.
In that case, I shall head forth and fill my belly.
Yes, if you wish.
And he gets up and kind of strodes off. He'll pick up a few stones again, and you'll notice as he's walking away, he'll kind of looks like he's weighing some in his hand, and one of them he'll just toss off to the side near the shore, and the other one he'll put away in a pack.
And as a note for Eros and Kuro, I don't eat any of the grubs or fungus. I keep the fungus, but the grubs, I'm sort of dissecting them. Just some of them, I just like leave them in my bag, and I don't really. But I do take out a piece of half apple that's wrapped in this strange sort of material that looks like very dark colored skin. It sort of wraps around it, like dark leather sort of thing. when I unwrap that, there's some salt and whatnot in there, and I take out the apple and I finish it. Um, but that is something that both of you would notice that I have in I guess the 2 days that have passed, or 2 or 3 days that have passed on this hunt. You haven't seen me eat much, or drink much, and that hasn't seemed to affect my vigor as it would.
But as you walk out, you follow the small pools of mandolin again beginning to vibrate, sending out this voice-like sound in that echo, Akrova, getting louder as you walk.
He becomes very wary when he hears this, but he'll stick to his route, and he will not attempt to lay low, as he starkly realizes that his large frame bodes him no such advantage.
No. You can, yeah, it still grows louder as you walk alongside these lakes. At the edge of the horizon, you can see what seems to be the human camp, but as you walk a little bit further, it's not louder anymore. It's just the same. You can hear this beckoning to something, that humming you can feel against your bare back. And yet there's no other sound. Not even the insect seems to buzz anymore. There's just this deep humming and the sound of the bubbling water.
As Arkova walks and he hears this, a bit of a chill runs up the back of his spine, up to his neck, and there's a shiver in his large frame. He looks from side to side, his gaze glancing across to these pools. He begins to walk away from them just ever so.
You can see it. You can hear that like the noise control of the forest gets upregulated and the sound of your instrument is dampened. You can again hear the insects crawling, snails slithering, the slight wind in the tree. You can still hear that sound as it vibrates in that low hum of a, yeah.
I suppose just out of some stark curiosity, he'll pluck a chord, the same tune as that hum that he hears. Just as in prior past, Kuro had suggested to do.
You can hear it beckoning out as if as it plays all other sounds are dampened. But when it's strung its chord, when it's stopped, the rest of the world come back. You can hear that it's another tone now. It's a bit pitch higher. Still coming from your mandolin as you can feel it.
If it's a pitch higher, in that case, he'll match it again. It's sort of like a dueling banjo style.
You do. You can hear that it again changes, but yeah, it still dampens the rest, but also seems like it's some. When you play it, it's not a clean note anymore. It's as if it was older. This mandolin, as if it's the age. You can hear it. It's not as sharp as if it wasn't tuned as you play it.
Well, when he hears this, he grows steadily more concerned. Fears for the safety of his mandolin, which is, for lack of a better term, a part of him, an intimate part of him. He backs away and stops playing, not knowing what sort of magic he has invoked in this, what was considered a playful challenge. And he begins to step far away from that lake, far away from those ponds.
You could just see them shimmer with, as if there were waves in the water, as if a wind was blowing from you. But as you move, the waves grow smaller and stop, and only the bubbling persists. You can hear the humans bickering in that tone, you know. Just 100 yards away, you can still hear them. A lad getting yelled at for something that's unrecognizable. But still, there is this tone which seems to fill the forest.
All right. Well, from there, he's going to head away from the camp and and kind of just try to get something to eat, really. Whether they be berries or nice, fresh, juicy meat.
You can roll me an outdoorsman hunter, or I guess gardener. You can see here. Yeah. Survival, perhaps. I guess if you don't have it, it's the same. So.
All right, I got 25 on that one. It's just outdoorsman. I got.
Okay, awesome. Well, you find. Let's see if I have them. Find. Oh, I hope I don't know. You find these. I think I showed a picture of them. This caterpillar. They're like about this big. A caterpillar. It has like this hard shell who looks like leaf, who are like curling around a strange formed object, and you can see like a large amount of them are crowding around these opium puppies, enjoying themselves gnawing upon the red leaves.
Oh, he straight up snatches them poppies, though. He's going to take the poppies and all.
Okay.
He just his this large red hand reaches down. Ooh, his eyes light up. And snatches them right quick.
You can see the caterpillars are. Yeah, just move it. You can see I have it on Roll 20. The leaf colored ones, the big ones. If you're, but yeah, you can see just a large amount of wild puppies are just growing, but they are opium puppies, and they don't seem to have been drained yet. They are
Ah,
fresh.
all the better. He's gonna take more and more. Let's stuff
I
those away
guess
in a small pack.
you could do that.
He'll pluck the little
I
caterpillars
guess
within
one opulent. Again, I guess one opulence would be appointed. That's as I remember, you have one opulence, so I guess that would be. I guess there would be one more. Because
snap. Well, in that case, feeling this influx of wealth that has been granted to him by the force itself, he's gonna pluck up one of those little caterpillars that were gnawing upon those leaves.
Oh no, they're not little. They're like this.
Oh, they're that big?
Yeah, they're that big. They're like
Oh, nice.
like an arm, like yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
He'll snatch a few of those up and grab like a couple of them, and then head back to the camp.
They have like a really, really hard shell, and you're not sure where the head and the butt is. It's difficult to tell. They're very like camouflaged like that.
Interesting. Well, when he heads back to the camp, you'll see Arkova with a bit of a smile upon his face, wide-eyed as he has these very large caterpillars in his hands that he carries, and they're all squirming about as they writhe against each other. And you'll start to see him take a stick as he lays them onto the ground, and he pins them with his left hand. And then he just takes a stick and kind of moves coals out of the way to make a small bedding, and then he just throws them on top of there so that they can cook and fry, letting the heat of the fire do the magic that it does so well. And then afterwards he'll pluck them up, dust off a little bit of the ash, and that's pretty good. And then you'd hear this disgusting slurping noise as he just sucks. He looks over towards you, Epitax, and has one out gestured.
Eat as much as you will. I feel, and I sort of ominously look up. It looks like I'm looking up and at something, and then back down at you. I feel we are close. And this night, we will be upon them.
I feel so as well.
So take your strength. Eat.
And eat he shall, as he crunches and bites into the shells and their soft exteriors that have now been nice and crispy and delicious. He consumes them one by one.
I continue sort of busying myself. Cleaning some of my tools. You see me like take apart some things, and they're like these very small little parts. And sometimes I need to take like this weird-looking tweezer-like tool and pick up some parts and move them together and sort of tie them together, like this strange sort of intricate work. I'm taking things apart and putting them back together in different ways. A bunch of these interchangeable yet crude-looking pieces. I'm tying things. But after I do that, I gesture. I gesture to the awoken Kuro and Eros, after Arkova is eaten.
Hmm?
And I gesture to them. I had spoken to Arkova
Yes.
briefly while you were gone the other night. I wonder, he spoke of struggle that all ogres have. Do your peoples have struggle inside?
Do we struggle inside?
Ogres struggle with, and I look at you, Arkova, gesturing for you to answer.
What do you mean?
Okay. Is it already daylight right now, or is it getting towards it?
This is daylight.
Oh,
It's
okay.
during the
Well,
day here.
all right. Well, since he has just eaten some food and he hasn't really slept since last night, he'll probably be knocked out. So as you glance over to gesture towards the question, you'll see just Arkova there with the shells that are burnt, scattered about his countenance, laying back on a log, just slumbering away.
Well, he had spoke of the ogre's fire inside, their anger. Do all Fae have something they struggle with? A
No,
imperfection.
of course not. It is, in fact, the Mihongi's purpose to achieve perfection. So I have so long and often been told.
Perhaps. What of your people, Kuro? Do they struggle with the emotion?
We are fortunate in that there's no internal struggle with us, unless intense wanderlust can be considered a vice, which I do not. I believe that exploring the lands and wandering about it broadens the mind wonderfully. No, instead our struggle is one outside, for there are so few kitsune left. I feel safe in telling you this. I do not believe that the orcs will suddenly lead a great attack against the Fox Fae people. No. No, our shame and our sorrow is that there is but a handful of us left on all of Kavega Thale. And I'm here to make sure we have a place to finally call home. We had a home once, in the ancient times, under banners of black silk and beautiful red markings in Calixian. You have seen my writings and the runes of my people, that sweeping text, like slashes of flame in the night. But no more do those banners fly over anything. At the most, the kitsune can lay claim to a homestead or two, maybe a family here and there. But no, there are no kitsune cities. There aren't even towns. Not even a village. Not yet.
Is it true satyrs are Fae?
Yes. Unfortunately, our family is wide and broad. You see, each Fae embodies something. Some of us have the qualities of an animal, like the incomparable fox, the implacable wolf, or the irascible goat. Some embody an emotion, like rage, burning bright, a red flame, yes. Others, what is it? Fraying, embody, I suppose, flavor. I don't know, deliciousness. They are the Hibben who you may think lay claim to that throne, but no, they are people of hope. They have said, little tiny, rotund beacons of hope that we should all look to. Yes, a strange one. I believe that perhaps they are truly fae of complacency, of steadfastness, of timidity. Yes, I'm not so sure about hope. I'm not so sure about hope at all. But the fae, yes, each one embodies something, an emotion or quality. Yes, we were made, each and every one of us, for a purpose, to celebrate something, some aspect of the dream. We're not like the femme who simply were vomited forth by the dirt itself and now plague all peoples. We're not like the humans who are molded and shaped by their God to go out and take things that are not theirs. Nor are we like the orc, so ancient, from a time immemorial, we cannot understand the Orcus origins. Do not even tell me that you understand them. That's impossible. We don't even know what you eat.
I have heard of your dream, the opiate. I have gone there with Arkova to the temple in Flame Dance. Never again. I do not believe I will understand that. Not in this time. No. But I do find it interesting the way your peoples were bound and made. What of the Duxit? What are they bound from? Besides
Yes,
the animal.
yes. The rabbit is the most obvious aspect, but they are gamblers. They enjoy dancing. They enjoy the revelry of the opium. But they're not like satyrs in that they're dumb beasts who cannot see but an inch in front of their face if they are pursuing booze or a bosom. No, the Duxit, they are, I must say, though they're our enemy here, I feel a certain kinship with them. They are ones who use their mind. As you've seen, they are slight of form, so much smaller than an orc or an ogre. I believe they've needed to hone their minds and their quick skills, quick thinking. This I admire. Yes, I suppose they are. They must be the fae. They must be the fae of gambling. They are fond of games. They have a mind for it. They have quick hands for it. There must be something there. The fae of the game, the fae of chance, perhaps. Yes, they certainly act in a random sort of manner. The fae of dice, we'll call them. That's what they are.
Perhaps. Perhaps. When Arkova awakes, it will be late. The sun will be down far. I will want to go with you two. And I believe Arkova will as well.
Ampatax, you wish to know of the Fae. Well, know this then. We were woven from the great gift of your grandfather Opiate, from the body of the she, perfect form. We, and I'm pointing at me, are the Fae, because the others are cheap imitations that never could quite come to what was necessary to achieve greatness there in that still dreaming state. They are something else. We are the breath of the nightmares stalking in shadow, inspiring dread and perfuming that world that is Opiate, that dream of the Jiras. That is the way of us and of our kind. That is what Fae are. But so many, many copies have been put forth, and I gestured to the other two Fae. However, many of them far, far, far more or less. They are many in their appearances and appetites, in their faces and in their sense. But if you wish to know Fae, you speak to the Mihan-Gi, for we are the true Fae. Know that.
Perhaps after this time, I would like to speak with you more of this. Your people's culture is difficult to gain knowledge of.
Well, I am not the greatest on first-hand experience, having not been raised around many, and there in the desert only briefly interacting with the tribe that lived there. Still, I do know a good amount.
I thank you for sharing.
Oh, yes. I certainly am always happy to speak about myself.
But as I say before, Orkova and I will join you on this night. 19. Do you know this number? This is the number that we must take. This is the number that Cheppy wishes to have.
Number of what? Duckhead sit? Including the one we've already taken care of.
I am unsure. But
Very
19.
right. 18, 19, whatever it is, we shall take those lives. That blood. Well, that is where the true tale is told. In the blood.
You can feel a cold draft waft over you, Eros.
I shudder slightly and kind of put my arms around myself. And instinctively, just a tiny sort of glow comes from me. As just the smallest lick of flame comes from around my shoulders and my upper arms. My biceps and triceps mostly. And sort of like, I look around not like looking for something, just like, ooh, where's, like seeing like if there's tree branches moving or leaves blowing, just as someone would when there's a draft.
No, there's no draft.
So being a man of the woods, that all of a sudden like that just catches me. You know? So I'll start like looking around now, actually intent and slightly like nervous. What's going on?
Do you hear something?
You feel something that is all of a sudden quite colder than it should be. And I'm going to kind of like do like a 360 and my eyes are moving, flicking, flitting. There is apprehension, not quite fear in them, but I am nervous and ready.
That rarely bodes well.
you want us all to roll perception?
Yeah.
Or do-
Yeah. It's
Oh. Ho ho. Damn. Uh.
You want me to roll perception as well, even though
yeah.
even
You
though
you you gain some minuses, but
oh, okay.
you are if you are in you're sleeping, so you have -10, unless you have an advantage that gives you an edge.
All right. Which type of perception roll was it?
It is if it's hearing
Okay.
or smell. Yeah.
A hearing or smell? Okay. I got a 34 in smell.
I got a total of 33. I got 2 8s that just exploded.
Insane. God. Well, that's cool. Um, you wake up to the sound of tree branches snapping in the far distance, and you heroes can smell a smell you've only smelled when you were in that cold land of Nif, that permafrost,
Okay.
that freshness, but still slightly different. You can, yeah. Then temperatures slightly colder, but yeah. Oh,
I'm not quite following you on the smell. You mean like the beast that enslaved us, or do you mean like steel?
no, I mean like snow.
Oh.
Like
I look around, obviously snow is something I just totally alien to me before I went there. I'm like,
mm,
just kind of like looking around, like with a puzzlement and a confusion. Like, oh, this seems odd, but okay, this is a strange land to me. I don't know. Maybe it does.
mm. How much did you roll? Um, Abitax.
You got a 17.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. But this is what you smell: freshness, snow. Just feeling this coldness as the night glows colder. You can take it away.
Because I sort of dozed off sometime during the day, earlier in the day, and sort of rested. But as we're all sort of getting ready, I mean, I'm like packing up my things, and I'm snuffing out the fire of the camp, and I'm just getting my sort of pack out. And you see me like nervously, like holding on to a pouch, like a little leather holding, where my well, like the only thing that could maybe pass as a weapon is on my person. I'm just sort of put my hand on the handle, uh, uh, and I look kind of like a Boy Scout getting ready to like he's just like he's all ready. He's got all his packs and everything, and I'm standing there and I'm ready, and perhaps in comparison to Kuro and Eros, that are much more adept at preparing for any sort of hunt or anything like that. But
You also feel Abisax a slight that it gets slightly warmer, as if something is leaving you to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's in the back of my mind, but
Yeah. It's just I guess with a 17 that would be quite noticeable, even though it's still colder. It's not as cold as you would normally feel, but yeah.
night is upon us. Let us begin. Arkova, I will be by you. I will need your form to help see.
And my form you shall have.
Hmm.
And he like lifts up his arms and flexes a bit, part stretch, part showing off, and part instinct.
And you too. We will try to follow best we can. Gesturing the arrows and
I just give you a glance, not really an acknowledgement. Feel very preoccupied with what's going on.
let us go.
So, are you going towards the smell? Towards the pools of water? It's yeah.
I'm not
Yes.
tracking. So.
I don't know. You can roll a track, arrows, or cure. Oh.
I'm going towards the smell. Always follow my nose.
Hmm.
All right. Seeing as I'm doing that, should I add my forte bonus of smell in there? Should I just roll a perception? What do you want me to roll?
Yeah, you can add your smell as it's.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So that's going to be a 20.
Okay. And I would like you to also roll a perception sight as you move in. This land is getting slightly more hilly. The temperature is clearly like 5 or 10 or 5 like degrees colder in Fahrenheit. I'm pretty sure. Something.
20,
Something.
20, 28.
Yeah.
28. Almost perception sight.
And I can see that. That's good. Oh, sorry. Oh. Oh. Well, you uh, Philip, you don't have the minus anymore. Oh, you got a spread. Oh, sorry. Oh.
Yeah, that's actually a 12 in total, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Doubling. Not well. You.
Well, 12 ain't bad.
It's too bad for you. But but you arrows, you can see eyes looking at you from the trees. And what do you want to do before you roll reaction? Yes, I should change the music.
I simply see a breeze, you say.
Oh, you see eyes looking at you from the trees.
Oh. All right.
Those blank, big, you can
Yeah.
see eyes showing off in
I
the
will
darkness.
So that will go. Reaction is 7.
Oh, and you see slightly hidden under yeah, I guess that would be leaves. You see like bear traps, like contraption lying on the scattered amongst the the
All right.
disembargled. So let's see.
Can I speak at this time or no? 'Cause-
Yeah, you have a reaction before.
all right. So I'm gonna say to to my companions, the ground are littered with traps, jaws. Are they of iron or? Because I could tell because of one of my disabilities. They're iron.
They are made of wood and copper.
Okay. Jaws of death upon the ground. Be careful. And with that, I'm gonna become burning with my full fiery flame, all of it I can muster, as I want to illuminate the land as best I can, so my companions don't just stumble. I'm really thinking of Arkova, just stumble in there and get snatched up on a bear trap. I don't want to have that happen, and I'm going to fly at them. They need to have death brought to them. These insolent little whelps. I do not respect them.
Yeah. Let me. Sorry.
There's some nice music you got going on. It's
Thank you. I was trying to find the right thing. I have some confusing names. But, sorry. So you are hitting at them. Okay. That's too much. Good. I have to roll their reaction. Sorry, I should have done that before.
So hearing that, and the explosion of fire and light, I almost instinctively just fall down into I take a knee. I go down in that sort of position, and I take out this silver blade with a quick sort of sound. And I take it out, and as I take it out, I hold it in two hands, and my beady eyes underneath my pronounced brow just look up, and sort of squint, from the sun flash of light, having been moving through the dark wood for some time before this.
Do you have your reaction, Ander? Just so I'm.
Oh, I said like a billion years ago. I think it was the first. It's a 7.
Sure. Good. It's still your reaction as you have spotted them.
Oh, I know. I told you. I yelled that, and I have the start action. The flame comes to me as a move action towards them. As a normal action, I'll attack them, whichever one I can, if I can. I am fast, so I don't know if I can get to them or not. I'm not 100% sure how far away they are. But I'm making a lot of light to make it better for my companions not to end up getting, caught.
Yeah, I'll give them some bonuses to see that. There is in the trees you see about 7 of them. Yeah. Yeah, in scattered in different trees, there's one tree with 3 in them, and then 2 with 2 individuals in them.
I have my obsidian bastard sword in both hands. It is inscribed with silver script written in Morghulish, the tongue of flame, and I will drive it through one of these beasts. When it was simply one, I need not draw my blade, but now they have aroused my anger. They will pay. And I shall have at it.
Yeah.
18.
Okay. She has a 14.
Oh, you're not doing enough. That's no boost, unfortunately. I'm 6. But at the same time, that's going to be 7/1 7/6.
Okay. So 7/1, so
Yeah.
2, so not in a quick, but on the cusp of it.
All right. So as she, her eyes wide, her whiskers flaring, she attempts to hop back, and it helps her just enough as she hops back as the blade cleaves close to her face, cutting a small amount of the fur from it, slashing ever so slightly against the right part of her cheek and jawline, leaving a small trickle of blood behind as it cuts her chest, cutting at her at the straps of her leather tunic, nearly carving into her chest and ending her very life. Her eyes incredibly wide at the fear brought by the neon gi in red.
Awesome. And now for you, Kuro.
Mm-hmm. And so I too am dashing towards him. My light footfalls hush through the forest, and of course, I never attack anything head on, so it's kind of, going off to the side, not rather than charging directly into their lines. That's for ogres to do. Oh, perception roll. Okay. Whoop. This is 23. Okay. And so as I'm dashing forward, aided by the fact that Eros has also called out where the traps were, I see those gleaming bits of metal and of wood and copper, hungry for our feet. And as I'm moving, I begin to chant the ancient words in Thraxton, Teheket, Teheket Na, Teheket Na. And it allows me to see those skeins of fate. It allows me to cast the magi spell of anticipation as I begin to see glimpses into the future, paths that I should and should not take. It affords me the ability to. So I see the ducks sit in different positions, and if I tug at a string, one of them fades into the ether. Good, I should not go that way. I take another step. All this is happening within 1 second, but to my mind, time has slowed down a great deal. I make a misstep. I step into one of the bear traps. It snaps around my ankle, breaking it. Oh, I fall to my knees. I quickly yank another one of the strings, reversing time, editing it. I go back. Okay, don't want to go that way. I'm able to avoid the traps. I meet the lines of the duck sit, but I do not have an attack available to me as I have been moving my hands, editing those strings of fate, and chanting the ancient and sacred words.
But in front of you, Eros, in that tree that you just attacked that female, you can see something before you manifesting. Perfect, beautiful, like ice, like a crystal structure on a branch near you. It manifests. You can clearly smell where that smell of snow and cold, and why the temperature here is so much colder than it should be. And it will try to attack you. This strange creature with this like fraying like face, soft but blank as the eyes that it is. So let's see. Yeah. So yeah, defense roll. as it tries to grab a hold of you with its claw-like hands.
God, why? Double ones.
Oh,
I've always sucked at defense rolls for this character, so why not? Double ones.
okay. What is the total? Just so I
The
know.
total, well, the ones don't count, so let me see what I have. My defense is not wonderful either. 6. I have a total of 6.
Okay. I can assure you that
Or is it
I got
5?
a 1 as well, so you're not that bad off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, you take
I think it might
7
be
damage.
5.
What? You take oh. Hello?
I got it written down in one place is 6, one place is 5. I'm just going to run a quick check. Let's go with 5. That's 6.
Well, you take 7 cold damage, and it surpasses your armor if you have any. I do not
The only
believe you
armor
have
I have
any.
is
And as you have
actual
what?
fire on me. The only damage, the only thing I have on me is actual flames, and this is going to be quite bad for me, if you will.
And quite bad for it, but you know that's
Quite bad for me, I think. Actually.
yeah. But you take 7 damage, and as you are and you still got double ones. Do you want me to describe what happens, or do you want to describe yourself as this is?
I mean, you certainly can if you'd like. I certainly can. Otherwise, maybe you might want to because I'm not 100% sure what it's doing. So my description might fall because I don't quite know what it's doing.
Well, it basically strikes at you, coming with full force, hopping as it manifests, and it's just jumping on you on this branch, trying to get you off the branch, trying to protect, trying to get you down. You can see its face not really showing emotion or anything as it comes close to you. And well, you are going to you have wings, you can, but it basically shoves you. It basically jumps from one bunch to another, and by that, like, shoving you out, gripping the tree trunk itself, holding it fast as you are shoved off the place.
Now,
You can feel the cold bite into you as its tendrils are like, in you and then shoving you out.
Now, you told me this thing might be fraying. Is it male or female?
It is. You can't see. It has like a Freean like features. You know that like angular fey like features.
What do you mean I can't see?
It is made of ice.
No, but you said I couldn't see it. I wasn't understanding.
You can't see if it's male or female. It's androgynous.
Oh, I can't tell. Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's like.
Okay. I thought you meant I literally couldn't see, like it was too dark or something.
No. You're Yankee. No. It's just. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But it basically shoves you off the thing, keeping you away from.
All right, so a look of complete shock fills my face, lust, confusion. As I'm hurled back, not even really time to contemplate a degree of real fear. But I go hurling back, and like my wings are like trying to catch me as I'm going. But unfortunately, they're disrupted just enough by the ice where I end up taking a flip backwards and coming out smashing face first on the ground. Like I hit the ground hard. Like I hit the ground so hard as I stand up. Like that's when the hit hits me, and I'm like just like wobbling around, and I get the spaghetti knees, and I fall. And I start trying to pull myself back up, like grabbing onto a tree and trying to pull myself up, with just a stunned shock on my face from having fallen from the air.
Cool. And Apitax, it's your turn.
Okay. So I take out the knife and I see the fire and I sort of as my vision clears, and I'm holding on to that blade with two hands, nervous energy shooting through my body, the same sort of nervous energy. And then I remember back in that time when I saw that Dukusit bring that dagger down into that orc's back, back when they were attacking, and I took him and I took that apple and I charged at him. That same energy shocks through me again, and I take a step forward, and then I see all the teeth-like protrusions from the many traps, on the ground. And as I take a step, I see that, Eros falls down, and he's like wobbling. He got hit by something, and I look up in that area in the trees, what hit him, and seeing what hit him, I'm not sure what I see, but what I do know is that I bring the dagger close to my mouth, almost touching, between my tusks that go, to left and right side of my mouth. I bring the dagger very close to my mouth, the silver blade very close to my mouth, and I begin to whisper, in my true tongue, the Thraxa, the tongue of Thraxa. And I, in the chaos, I immediately begin to cast mediumship. And as I, and I'm incanting these words, a few more words, and then as I'm incanting, I take the dagger in two hands, and as if I was drawing something in midair, I start moving it a few times in a ring around it. And as I complete the ring, there is this faint silvery glow that for a moment flashes with like a bit of a bit of a silvery spark of this strange sigil-like thing just in the air, just sort of ignites and then disappears and fades. And as I reopen my eyes to expand my senses beyond this world, and do I see any of the specters that have been with me?
You can see them floating towards the could sit in the tree. Their arms stretched and their eyes hungry.
And I continue, and I whisper a few more things to the blade. As I have it like gestured, pointed out, just up in the trees, to the others, it might look like, well, just like an awkward orc in a defensive posture, slowly sort of, walking and paying mind to the traps from the light of the fire provided to me, just like an awkward sort of. But my mouth is sort of moving slightly as I'm muttering, "Yes, take the first one. The first one is yours. 19 souls payment." I say in Thraxa as I slowly sort of make my way through the traps, and I see one Dukusit, but I'm also just using taking as much advantage as I can with the light provided, and see if there are any more. And now and then I keep looking at that strange ice-like form. But that's my turn. I have a speed of 11, but I'm not like sprinting or anything. I'm just like, it's like a careful sort of kind of deal.
I still have to make you do a perception sight with +8.
I got a +8 bonus to this? Okay.
Yeah. He arrows have pointed them out, and you have and there's like light from arrows. So
I got 18. That's with the bonus.
Yeah. You're good.
But that's what I'm doing.
Good. And remember, they're up in the trees.
Yeah, like I'm not just like running up on them. I'm just like moving a bit closer to make sure the specters take their first.
Good. And Croa, it's your turn.
Alright. So as arrows falls victim to this ice entity and falls to the ground. As Kuro does the time warp again, and as Apatak sees the unseen, Arkova wades into the field, his large ogre form stomping his feet. But he starts heading towards the bear traps. And what he does, he scoops his arm down, and he snatches one up in one hand, and snatches up another. And so now he has 2 bear traps in each hand, and they have been unsprung. And he plans on knowing exactly what he wants to do with them, as he will charge that ice entity as it charges downward. And my perception is 25. So like he'll snatch them both up, and he'll wait for that ice entity to come down. And then when that happens, well, Arkova has a plan for that creature, that thing of mist and wonder.
And now it's time for the sit. So let's see. 2 bolos at you, arrows. And 2 bolos at you, Akrova, and 2 bolos at the sly Kuro. But yeah, the orc is. Let's just roll them. It doesn't matter. Da-da. Okay, let's see. Arrows, your 2 first.
Okay. Okay, that's going to be, and I've already been attacked once this round, so bear that in mind, please.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That's going to be 17 on the first one.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. That's not so good. That's 10.
You're not so good.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
You are entangled by a bolos.
Now, anatomically, considering what I have, I'm a bit different. Where have they put the bolos on me? And what are the bolos made out of as well?
It is made out of, it's like copper, copper. Yeah,
All of
balls.
it's made out of copper, or?
Yeah. Copper, probably with wood inside, but still, so it has like a lot of weight to it.
There's copper and wood bullets. And they got me where, you said? Around the legs?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not on the from the tree. You are just down below. It's further. They're like.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to describe that or no?
Yeah. You can describe it. You do not take any damage from it.
Yeah.
But you do get hit.
All right. As the first bolos comes towards me, I'm actually standing on the ground at that point. That's when I leap into the air to begin to fly again, and I missed the first one. The second one calculates as he sort of underhandedly flips the bolos that fly through the air, the copper glinting in the flame that I produce here in the darkness under the great Eramon's embrace. However, it catches around my one leg as I try to kick my other leg back. It just from the sheer impact, it slams against my foot, ankle to ankle, and then ensnares the other foot as well.
And Akrova, your defense rolls. Oh yeah.
Alright, the first one's a 17, and the second one is a 15.
Okay, you get hit by the first one, not the second one. So you can describe that.
All right, so as he's like charging forward, and as he like runs down to pick up the second the bear trap, one of the bolos just comes flying straight at him, and like this one will like wrap around his waist and then start wrapping around his knees and clanking together as the 2 round spheres do. And as he kind of struggles with that one, the second set comes rushing at him, and he kind of just ducks down as he does so, just narrowly having it go over his large bald head, clankering and clamoring upon the ground.
And you, Kuro, what are your rolls?
24 and then 18.
Ah, you're good. You're good.
All right. And yeah, so the bolos are headed my way, and to my vision, they're so slow. I almost like look at them confused and like sidestep and just sort of watch them waft past as if they were butterflies. And there's one headed directly for me, and I move a few of those strange blue gems that are on the strings, the abacus-like device that I see when I examine the magical, and I move some of those, and it almost seems to lose its momentum and just sort of falls near me, falls at my feet rather than on my feet.
Era?
Eros.
Yeah. Anda?
Fine. Okay. Uh, very fortunately for me, the bolo is not constraining my movement. I have an additional ability to move. However, my definitely tying my legs together there. I launch myself towards this frame, perhaps this ice creature. I don't know what it is, but I do know that what it did displeased me, and I shall prove the virtue of flame in the face of frost. I head towards it, and all of a sudden, uh, my blade in hands, the fire licking up the blade, causing the black obsidian, causing the silver to be shattered slightly in the darkness, and the flames upon it. But then an ever so slightly, just barely audible sound of a drumming, and it sounds to be almost inside of everyone's ear, as from the very middle of my back, where my wings are not, four black, long, spectral-like tubes or tentacles, and not in a cephalopodic way, but these long protrusions emerge with a spiraling blackness, and as they come up my body, they merge onto my hands, gripping upon the blade, and a crackling, swirling, a swirling, spiraling blackness slides up the blade with a strange drumming sound, a sound of annihilation. As I do not ask for great Ahriman's strength, but I plunge that darkness, that ebon, from that inkwell to do as I demand. And I shall bring blade against this thing. That's going to be a 20 to hit. $20 doesn't get the job done.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So I swing the blade at this entity. I didn't really want to call it a creature. As the flame, the crackling darkness, Its eyes get big and have clearly not having the ability to expect such tremendous potency. Moving back very quickly as the blade slices directly above her or his eyes. My eyes fixing on it with a rage of flame.
And from one of the good shit who are quiet into now, you hear like a, a gasp of surprise as it takes hold of its chest and just holds it there and supports itself against the tree trunk, just holding against its heart. It seems like standing there in confusion. Oh, oh, and I have to be sure about this. Sorry. As like a ghostly, you can see a Crover, you can see the ghost touching it, reaching it. You can see eyes just forming on her leg, just crackling against up at her leg, up to her heart, and you can just see that eyes forming there in the ghost lands as her life force is drained out of her heart, and she is wobbling, still holding on to the tree trunk, but
If you're muted. Well, your sound's cut off. We got at the end when Duck said this is getting drained. Still don't hear you.
See, if you accidentally press the mute button on your wire there, I've done that before.
Nope.
Was a wire pulled out?
Your voice was stolen.
Just a slight technical difficulty, folks waiting at home. Buy Within the Ring of Fire.
I had 9 times.
Buy it for the kids and the family at home. Buy it for grandma. Buy it for grandpa. Take them through the adventures of Kavega Thale. Maybe grandpa would like to play an ogre as well. And
Hell yeah, it does.
yeah.
I agree.
Maybe grandma would like to get down and dirty as a Farum and then show them how to get it done. Within the Ring of Fire, it's a family product.
hello?
Oh,
I
you're
figured
good.
that.
You're good.
It works. Good.
And now
Sorry
back
about
to your
that.
regularly scheduled RPG session.
Regularly scheduled ass beating.
And you can see, yeah, in your vision, Alpitax, you can see frost and ice just collecting up against their legs from the clutching hands of the orcs, taking their life source of the good shit from their heart as the dice correlates there. And as they grip and hold against the trunk, feeling colder than ever, you can hear their rapid like teeth chittering in a cold they would know. Cold I didn't have to know. But you can see one of them dropping from the tree. Just still. But yeah. it's your turn. Sure.
All right. So having gotten closer to these assailants, I move towards one, and they're armed with. Are they all armed with kukri for melee?
Yeah, and they're also up in
Mhm.
trees, all of them, except the one who would fall down and is dead.
Okay.
Seemingly, yeah, just falling down for nothing. But,
All right. Then from that one, I will snatch up the kukri and look towards the tree tops and send it spiraling towards, which we will see what happens. Beep, whoop. All right. Good old 6. Yeah. Okay. And so I
I can try to roll if it's a double one, then you're good.
okay. Wait. I was just checking if I have project. I do not. Okay. And so I throw it, and it manages to brutally murder a few leaves, which waft to the ground. But other than that, yeah, nothing much occurs. And so now I start taking stock of what cover is around me for when I inevitably need to dive into it.
Um, it seems like um, hmm, it will mostly be your theology and perhaps magical creatures. It seems like something of Nif, perhaps a
So I don't
manifest.
think it's a ghost. So I don't think it's another ghost. Is
No,
what
no, no. It's definitely ice, and you can definitely
it's some other thing.
some other thing.
Yeah.
Some
Okay.
some cold thing.
Whose turn is it next? Is it me? Am I?
No, it's its turn.
Ah.
That's it. Oh, as it tries to it standing up there and seeing you begin taking flight arrows, you can see its eyes looking with you. Not hatred, not a little bit of surprise, but except that you can just see nothing as it's you have to roll a defense, by the way, as it breathes in like a deep breath, and then and then you hear the sound you heard of the snow whooshing by your head as you were outside in the cold land of Nif. How much did you get for defense?
Seeing as I, through my, I guess we might call them spiritually anatomical differences, I was able to, in large degree, circumnavigate the bolos. I would, however, think that having your legs taken out from under you like that and bound together would make defense a little more difficult. So I'd like to voluntarily assume a -1 penalty, which is going to put my defense to be only at 10.
Okay, then it hits you with a glorious 12. So
12?
yeah.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. Oh, gosh, 12. So, and it's just a breath, like a
Yes.
sharding, hate-filled cold.
Yes.
Um, So, sort of like the camera pans in right on her face, and or he, whatever, is breathing in, blasting out this Arctic breath with crystallized ice shards ripping into me, and it blows me out hard. The flame ripped away almost from a spiritual backing, as if a feather's plucked down the skeleton, and then the skeleton slowly dissolves in the air like a candle being snuffed out by the harsh night wind. My eyes grow wide as a blast shoots over my face, causing my wild red hair to go dancing insanely upon the gust. I am blown up and back, my arms flailing out, my wings no longer around me, the flame that wreathed my body and my nimbus gone. I go crashing down, hitting the ground hard, my eyes opening. I try to exhale, but the breath has been knocked from my body as I writhe upon the ground, my eyes looking up, blood coming from my mouth, staining my alabaster skin and my perfect white teeth. As I'm like reaching for help of any kind, as I am unable to do any more than to simply panically reach as the incredible cold engulfs my body, and I shiver as I reach for help.
But G-Wap attacks as he, yeah, you could take it away.
The thing is on the ground, right? Did it leap down at him?
No, it did a.
Oh,
a
so it's like up in the trees and. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the light. His light's probably like a little snuffed out by the cold and all the chaos and whatnot. But I'm looking up in the trees. I saw one Dixit, but I saw a lot of things being thrown. Just like these weird sort of whip like shadow things coming out of nowhere. And I'm guessing it's from above, right? So I'm looking around, and I'm looking for where the other Dixit are.
Okay, roll a perception. You could definitely see this thing. It's quite visible from the tree branches.
Yeah, with the that's.
There's a slight luminescence to it, but just slight, not arrows, like just standing out, as if the light is fractuating inside of it.
Yeah, okay. I got a 14 on my perception roll. I'm looking to see where those whip-like things. I don't know.
Did you say 17?
No, 14.
No, you don't see him.
Okay, so I'm looking around and I don't see any, and I continue moving. Looking around, and because I don't want to get suddenly ambushed by some crazed knife-wielding Dixit. So I let go of the blade, and I hold it out with one hand, and then boom, I see the big gout of frost expelled from one of those, from the abnormality, and it hits Eros, and he gets the full blast of it, and to that thing. I do see, and that thing, I raise my blade up, and there's like this slight sheen. Maybe it's the moonlight hitting off the silver, or maybe it's something else. As I'm going to try to get the attention of the specters here with us. And by no like magical means, just like I'm just trying to hail them in some manner.
Roll a diplomacy or as they are. Yeah.
Okay. As I could see, they're busy. I got an 18, but I have a additional +4 to the Holdray ghosts?
Yeah, you can see that they are. Yeah, you can see them like looking down at you from the branches. You can see them like clinging, as if they're clinging to branches of nothing, and they're like looking down at you and like floating towards you.
And I'm holding the blade up, the beacon, the signal, and I see that they're looking towards me, and then I gesture in a grandiose sort of gesture, as if flagging down the target. And I'm not like shouting anything, but I just gesture towards the abnormality, and I just sort of point to that, like almost like alarmingly, like trying to guide them to that. And all the meanwhile, I'm sort of, and all the meanwhile, I'm sort of approaching. Now I'm just like I have the blade out, and I'm approaching it. And as I'm approaching it, I begin incanting something, sort of muttering, speaking in Thraxa, the tense energy, in the chaos in this moment, sort of like, I'm not, sort of makes me nervous, and I'm like fumbling with my words a bit, as I'm approaching the thing up in the tree, but I'm preparing when I get close enough to do something, but that'll have to wait.
It's your turn, Arpitax.
That was my turn.
You mean
Oh,
Arkova?
Sorry, you are. Yeah.
Hello there. And so with two bear traps and okay, this thing is in the trees, right? Is it
And
like?
you have yep, it's in the tree. Yep, and you have boulders around you, just so you know.
All right. How close am I to this tree?
I would say like 10 feet.
10.
But
All right.
yeah, but it's quite high up in the tree. We are talking like
Really?
20 feet up in the
20
tree.
feet?
Yeah.
Well, Arkova boasts a strength of 12. So he's gonna throw the bear traps at this thing, both of them.
Give me athletics. Stone throwing, or I guess projectiles would be. Yeah.
Well, I got projectiles too.
But
Oh yes. All right, here we go. 23.
it's a very well. You barely get it.
Yes. Oh, now, do you want me to make another one for the other one that I throw?
If you are throwing two, do you have so you can attack 2 times in a row in a round, or else you should just have rolled 1 die per attack.
I'll just throw that one. That's good enough. But so like he runs up there. He sees what happens to Eros because he is thrown down to the ground. He's reaching out for aid, and his rage boils within him. How dare this creature from whatever realm it may come from, magic or no, spirit or no, you do not attack one of Arkova's friends. So that bear trap is flung into the trees with those Duke sets, hoping that it catches one of them as well. And the bear trap kind of hits and smacks up against a branch and ching! Up against its own leg. And it too is now being caught by the copper fangs.
What is your how strong are you? I will take this like an ochre sling. I guess it would be.
Oh,
damage wise. So how much is your strength though?
that's 9 damage in total then.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That is quite a hit.
Oh yes. Ching!
And you can see like as it clamps around his leg, you can just see like streaks of like fractals of like ice like going upside his leg, and you can see it like looking down at you. Those cold, hateful eyes just staring.
And those cold, hateful eyes meet my burning, raging eyes, and I meet it, fire and ice. You shall know Ogre Rage yet. And that's all I do for my turn.
Cool. And we have slightly less. Good shit. Trying to get at you. Let's see. I would say 2 at a crowbar and one on arrows and one on the. See here. Yeah, it's the right one. So what is your defense roll at crowbar?
So I got 2 attacks on me.
Yep.
Okay. Then that's a -2 penalty in total, right? Since I've been attacked twice. Oh no, that's 3 times.
No, the round has changed. So.
Okay. So it's just a -2.
Yeah, and also for you, arrows, you get 1 bolus at you. Oh, sorry, arrows.
Kid, I'm completely unable to defend myself. I'm like,
Oh.
I'm writhing around on the ground, unable to breathe, cracked ribs. So
I
yeah,
guess.
the bonus almost guaranteed to hit.
Tangle your flaming wings.
They're not flaming wings anymore. They're extinct.
My defense rolls were 14 and a 12. 14 for the first one and 12 for the second.
Okay, you get hit by 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. But no one of them takes any damage. And you, what is your... what is your rolls? Oh, sorry. Oh. Sorry, cure. Oh. Guess I do have to calculate anyway. 23. I have a 29 on you. So I do not boost. Or it do not boost. So you get a bolus around you
Okay.
too. But you can all describe if you get tangled. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess that's a joke for me.
Oh, and as our Kova tosses the bear trap and it slams onto that creature, those angry dukes that they throw their boluses in return, and they land. They land as it is now dim and he cannot see quite nearly as well. No, he hears them though, as they wrap around his arms and his body, clinking and clanging and entangling him ever so.
We move back just a little bit in this combat to when Arrow's when he's falling is reaching out for help, and that help comes from an unusual place. I am for some reason compelled to perform a selfless action, and I abandon my hiding to reach out to grasp him and at least stifle the fall a little bit, though he weighs far more than I, slim though he is. and as I catch him, the singed and burning man covered in ice. It's a strange thing. I'm now an easy target for the duck sit, and a bola does wrap around my feet. So now both Eros and I, we're on the ground, both having been victim to their cruel machinations.
Rolling
You
for some
talking?
ghost. No, I'm rolling for some ghost attacking. Okay.
Just swarm them.
There are many
Get 'em.
ghosts. Okay.
Your master and friend is in danger.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's see. See one of them. It's again you can see this this creature getting. You can see that it's moving slightly, trying to get off this bear trap on its leg. And you can see the ghosts are swarming towards it, but you cannot see much is gained from it. But you can see it's definitely like weakened. You can see it like stumble on its branch and like standing there for a while, like confused, looking around to nothing. But you can see them like holding on to it, grasping it as they drain it of its life force.
Is there did the others see that at all? Or
No, they don't see the ghost.
Okay.
They are. We're not in the ghost lands. You can just see them. You can see this. It's just looking around, afraid, as perhaps hateful. But it is Eros' turn, and I guess we should skip Eros' turn. And it's your cure.
All right. Well, I suppose there's nothing for it, and I I lay Eros down next to a bush. That should help him, and I look up to the trees. Mm-hmm. He does seem to be in terrible pain, but I need to silence some of these duck sit, and I look to my only weapons, those cestises that I wear, and I begin to attempt to climb a tree, come after some of these. So athletics. Okay, I'll use Dex then. So that's an 11.
You're not up there, but you're definitely you're climbing, but still like there's still a climb.
Okay.
But you can roll at the stealth for being trying
Okay.
to at least cover yourself somewhat. Okay.
So it's a 15 on that.
Good. And you are climbing, and this creature will try to hop down from the tree. See how well it does that. Oh, it should be okay. Seeing if it got the ones, but Akrova, it jumps down the tree, like looking at you. You can see that when it jumps, you can see like more fractals, going up its side, looking at you, and it will breathe at you. Let's see. So that's a defense roll. Is it?
I got a 9 for my defense roll.
It boosts. So you could describe how the thrust of hate, and yeah, give you, and it boosts once, so 6 damage.
Yeah. Alright, so so with these boluses entangling him, his mobility just restricted ever so, and he glances up to see this being that has fallen down, jumped down from the trees, and the fractals building and the hate building within this thing. And the hateful wind blows forth, and all he could do was push his arms up to brace against the blow, and a cold winter blast washes over him, and he feels the biting sting of the cold, like tiny teeth eating at his very flesh, coursing over him. And then upon that red flesh, you see tiny little crystals, look like bits of snow building up, but that's really just the biting ice eating its way inward and inward, a literal frostbite over his body.
My turn? Okay. So the thing jumps down, it breathes its angry, just this Arctic breath. It's going out of Kova. He's like, oh, he's getting hit by that. But I don't see where Kuro went. I turn. Eros's body is suddenly gone. Oh no! I know there's other Tucson around here, so I'm freaking out a little bit. But I make my way over to the thing. As I'm gesturing to. Well, actually, no, I don't run up on it, but I do. As I'm as I'm gesturing, the blade at it, I sort of move away. As it expels its Arctic breath, I suddenly awkwardly sort of run at it. My free hand sort of moving on the ground, almost ape-like, as I suddenly run up on it. And I'm trying to hit it from behind, away from what I could tell is its eyes or how it perceives. I'm not sure, but I go around and try to stab it. And I'll make my attack roll here. Which is a 15. You're muted.
What did you say?
I got a 15. Against abnormalities in reality. And I just cut it. I'm just trying to cut at it wildly, just trying to.
Double 8s.
Good. And so needless to say, I didn't succeed in getting it right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I stumble slightly, as I try to jab at it, the thing just sort of almost casually moves out of the way as I stumble, trying to thrust wildly at it. The adrenaline pumping through my orcish veins.
And it's you, Akrova.
His body shivered. The bits of frost that have now broken flesh and now is cracked and bleeding now from the course change of temperature. But the blood coursing through Arkova's veins is that of fire and rage. And in that left hand there is salvation in the form of a second bear trap. And he swings it upon it, aiming for the face. Would you like for that to be a strike?
I would say it's still a projectile.
Oh, it's still a distance away? Cool.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
Alright.
It does have some sort of intelligence to it, seeing that you are entangled in boulders. But
Oh, that's an 18.
let's see. Okay. An attack this round, so you have actually a 19, but I'll just take another. No, it doesn't.
Oh, so he throws it, and it looks like for a moment that it's going to hit, but no, his mark was off. He's just the arthritic style of that the cold leaves behind upon the body stiffened his arm too much. The aim was off, and the creature, this entity, was able to anticipate and then move gracefully off to the side as it clambers and down to there. Arkova begins to struggle to get the boloses off of him.
And you can see the Dukutsit are you can see the Dikutsits are beginning to climb down off the trees. See the 4 of them, just with the kukri in their mouth, climbing down, not risking the jump. But yeah, you can take it away. It's going to take them a turn to do that. So your turn.
All right. As they begin to climb down, I peek out of some leaves and branches, and I smile, my predatory smile. And I just reach out for one of them. So do a brawl. 14.
That's a 13. Got it.
Okay. And so, right. So, what I would like to do, just like sort of, are we talking an extra here? Or? No. Okay. So yeah, then what I would like to do is reach out, and strength may not be my forte, but I would like to like pull one of them off and just send them to the ground where the others are waiting.
Yeah, sure. Sure, you can describe that. Yeah.
Okay, and so quite easily I grab the huge rabbit foot. Oh, and one of them looks down, his eyes wide in shock, as it is not the first time that a rabbit has been caught by a fox in this forest, but it is perhaps the first time that a rabbit's been pulled out of a tree by one. And so with a hard yank, I just send him falling. He lets out a yelp. The kukri falls from his mouth. He lands to the ground, to the ground with him, and he lands upon the ground, coughing as the air is knocked out of him, and there he is greeted by the sight of a looming ogre resplendent with bear traps. So let's see how his day ends.
And actually, I forgot about the spirits. Oh. Sorry. There should be a lot of.
You should be sorry.
Sorry. Oh god. Oh well. And you can see, like, again, this strange creature. You can see its knees is buckling a bit, and you can see, like, from its shoulder, you can see fractals just crashing down. You can see, like, an actual like wound on it, with no blood, just this cracks going down from its shoulder, and you can see other attacks. You can see like one of the ghosts' arm just moving inside of it, cradling something in there. It's small ball of life force in there as it flickers slightly as this orb is, well, refreshing itself. But it's turn now, and it will go after you, with a strike. Oh, okay.
After
So-
who? After Kuro?
No, after up attacks. You.
Oh. I could try.
Got an 8, so you know.
I got a 12 defense. So
What?
how about that?
Yeah, that's a definite hit. So let's
No.
see. You have a what? Did you say
I got
12?
I got a 12 defense.
Yeah, it hits. Sorry about it. You take 7 damage.
Alright.
And you can describe it. It's striking at you. You can see. Yeah.
I jab at it wildly, and it whirls around, and it jabs at me. You know, its hand going through me for a moment, you know, through my stomach before pulling it back out, and I sort of stumble back, and you know, I stumble back, and my free hand goes to my side where you know, it thrust it at me, and then you know I sort of look down and seeing there's no sort of puncture wound or anything, but this strange, horrendous cold feeling, this numbness, this burning numbness, and I'm just sort of my left hand I'm holding my side, in my right hand I'm holding my blade as I step back. As I sort of step back a bit, like, and then, but I keep going at it.
It's your turn.
And I will go at it with a, my attack roll. As I go into a stab at it.
What is your attack roll?
16.
Nah.
Okay.
Son.
Okay, so I so I jab at it, but now it sees me and it just sort of dancingly moves out of the way of my blade, and I sort of stumble and I whirl around to face it again, and I take, you know, as I sort of whirl around, it almost like it moved as if I was a bull, and it sort of moved around me, and I sort of stumbled, and it was behind me, and then I whirled back around, and seeing its quickness, and you know, I take 2 sort of steps back in preparation as we lock. And of course, I see like the other specters on it, just trying to like touch it and do things. Right? So let's get at it. It's my turn.
And as it is Arkova's turn, he glances up, he sees those fractals, and an idea boils in his mind. For he reaches down in his pack, and out, whoosh, is an ogre sling, and then a pebble, a rock, an ogre-sized fist pebble, gets slammed right into it, and he winds that sucker up, and he begins to swing and whirl. Ooh, 27!
Pretty good.
Yeah, you're good. What do you boost on?
It boosts on a 5.
Okay, you boost once, and how much damage is that? Because I think you do kill it. So
If it boosts
it-
once,
is it more than 6?
it's 10 damage in total.
Oh God, yeah, sure. Yeah, you
Oh
kill it.
yes. Okay, so in this heroic action moment, he's got the frost and blood just bleeding down to the sides of his arms. He's knocked off one of the boluses to free up just enough movement that he needs. Reaches into his back. That ogre-sized rock pebble, that smooth stone that gets slung right into there in one swift motion. His whole body an instrument of destruction as he swirls around and around, and we hear that pebble, that not a pebble, that rock, that ogre rock. And like an Olympian, he spins and turns. He ducks down low. He gets up high. Then a quick snap like a whip is made as the leather slaps against the ground, and that rock, that projectile, flies through the air with destiny in tow, and that creature, as it is evading Apatax's brave assaults, it doesn't notice, but as it turns, it sees the rock, and the rock meets it, right into the face of its sides, and those fractals smash inwards, and it shatters into this beautiful array of ice and snow and even colored fractals as its body just shatters, and all that's left is but a torso that might twitch and turn and collapse to the ground. Arkova yells outwards, "Ah!" but then turns to see that Duke set that Kiro delivered to his side. "Ah!" and begins to yell down at it, for death looms overhead.
Cool. So you, as they are down now, they still haven't spotted Kuro, even though. Oh well, I guess. Let's say get one on each of you. So that's yeah, Abitax, Akrova, and Kuro. What are your defense? Just
Oh, that's a 10 for me.
good. Okay, you make it, Abitax. You do not, Akrova, and you do make it, Kuro.
I hope he makes it with a 33.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, you know. You can see as they get down, you can see one of them with their coppery knife going at you, Akrova. But it's stabbing for you. It's surely going to hit you, but it just hits your tusk, and it like deflects off. Not used to fighting against orcs. And yeah,
It's his
you're.
mistake.
Yeah, it is. Mm. And you, Akrova, you are, as you're still cut, just tangled in all these waist down with bolos. You can see one of them like slashing at you with Kuro, getting you in the. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah, slashing at your arm.
Oh yeah, he tries to defend, but he's taking in the glory too much. He sits there and yells. He just didn't notice the other one just run up to his side as it slices upon him.
It punctuates the stripe, and you, Kuro. As one is stabbing towards you, still holding on to the tree, trying to wildly stab at you, but you are. Yeah, quick and adept. But it's your turn. True.
All right. And again, so how many are still? So there's at least one still on the tree.
Yep.
It is just the one.
Yes, the two others are have
Right.
managed to
Mm-hmm.
get down.
And so yeah, for this one, I grip tight on the tree, and then sort of like now I pounce at him, more cat-like than fox-like, but still I pounce towards him. I wish to fully grapple this guy with a 19.
Unmuted. Or sorry, 14. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm speaking.
So I don't. I boost on 5, so I guess I don't boost. And again, is this an extra or no?
Yeah, extra. This one.
Okay. So this one, I jump onto his back and I sink my claws into his shoulder. Oh! He shrieks, and then he, unable to remain on the tree. Oh! He does let go, which means I also fall. But I I ride upon his back as he goes. Ah! He falls down the tree. I land upon him. The blow is softened by good old fashioned duck sit cushion as Gah! I land right on him as well, and he just ceases to move. Whether he's alive or dead, it cannot be known. But the important thing is that he kept me from being injured, and then I stand up after pulling this last one from the tree.
And it's you, Arpitax. See this.
I know where my blade's going. Simple as that. I got a 19 on my attack roll.
Yep, that's a hit.
Do I dispatch him?
Yes.
I do 2 damage.
And,
2 damage with 0 armor surpass. Okay.
And one Vic damage if you're using that knife.
Yeah, I'm using the so yeah. So so he stabs at he jabs at me, and I just get out of the way. Then as I recover, I sort of awkwardly going almost like for a hug, but my blade is sort of going up, sort of low up, and as I sort of hug him with my free hand, I pull him close, and the blade goes right out into his stomach and up under his ribs and into his heart. Or I know where the heart is. Then, and I pull out the blade, in which and as I pull it out, I sort of almost angrily just from my free hand that's on his back, just push him face first into the grass, and I sort of scan about looking for another sort of Duxit, a cold sort of detached. Look, just sort of scan and almost robotically just. Then I turn and Kuro, are you in the trees or did you jump? You leapt off them, right?
Yeah, I've just gotten down to the ground.
Then I see Kuro, and I see a couple of the other Dixit. They have not taken him, and this gives me a sense of bravado and bravery as I go to the closest Duxit. Now I believe it's by Okova, right? Or was that one?
Yep.
All right, so then
Just slice.
I make my way. I fumble in the darkness towards him.
And I do not know if Akrova is here.
He is here.
Oh. It's your
He's
turn.
always here.
And he shall beat down this Duxet that has struck upon him. Oh, he's got a 24.
Well, they're extras, so they have 8.
Oh, well, that's if I boost, then I kill them. Because I have a 7 damage flat, and I boost on 5s.
I mean defense of 8.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
But this doesn't kill him.
Yes.
Oh, it does. All right, good. All right. So here's what happens. So it comes up and it strikes at him, and as the knife like hits and scrapes up against his flesh and stabs right into his arm. Oh, he reels back, and then for a brief moment, there's like this strange sereneness of cowardice as his hand goes up. Oh! There's this big ogre cowering before this Duke said. The Duke has said, "Oh, it's got the testosterone up. It's made this big man cower," and he gets bold, and that's when he missteps. And Arkova catches him off guard with that, and then rises up right on him. Ooh, boom! Smacks him right in the face, and he slaps him so hard he turns around, and then grabs him by the two large fans grab him by his head, and then all of a sudden brings his whole head backwards into his knee. Bam! And then we see in like X-ray vision the knee crushing the back of the skull. And then we just see its mouth open as it just collapses to the ground.
Thank you. That was and I guess it's quite late. We're over time, so I think I have to send you into soliloquies. See, if I can do it.
Don't hear it.
I don't hear it, but it's fine. Ooh. Once more we are thrown into the thick of battle, and it's just as I had feared and thought. These Duxet, they bring with them spirits, vestiges from beyond, creatures of power they have upon their side, and they have even stricken down the Flame Dancer himself. Lo there, I cannot stand for this to go. I've already made the vow once. I have a healthy fear for that which is magic and beyond. But know that I will not back down from this vengeance of mine that burns inside of my very soul. No, as I told Apetex by that fire, we ogres struggle with our anger, but that anger is a double-edged blade, and it also aids in our fury. Father, what they did to you, what they've taken, I shall take from them tenfold, and they can bring the most monstrous of beasts from the abyss itself, from the eternal black pits, from annihilation, and I will waylay into it, and I will walk forth playing my song, and they will know that it was Arkova who they crossed this day. Mountain's voice, and I bellow from the mountains. 10 Duxet in a tree, 10 Duxet under the ground, 10 souls for Tohul to play, and a spirit of ice shattered so very nice.
And so, here, battle has been joined again. A war here has been waged in some small way. have been beset by assassins, hunters, and each and every one has been smote down. I spoke with Eros earlier about fate, about whether or not we are in control of our destiny. Whether we are or we are not, I know we are victorious here today. If this is my destiny, if I'm not in control, it seems less abhorrent to me if I'm destined to be victorious here. And yet, what a horrifying thought that we are not truly in control of fate. I've seen them. I've seen the lines built through history, through the past, the present, and the future. I'm able to tug upon them and influence them in some way, though I'm but a child, pulling at strings as mother's loom, as she tries to weave some clothing for the colder days. Here I found victory in this forest, this whispering wood. I've witnessed and engaged in horrors beyond imagining. And I felt it. I felt something awaken deep within. No, not an awakening. A memory. A memory of a life long since past. When those dark Fey armies marched. The Shadow War it must have been. Yes, I can see those times. That is not the future I wish to usher in, but the strength there is undeniable. The effects that the Shadow War has had upon Kavega Thale are undeniable. Now I am faced with a choice. This strength, though I know it flows from darkness, inexorable. What shall I do with it? In one hand I have the power. In the other hand, the knowledge that this is evil could easily take me over. I know the dark fate of Kikilia. That place once a paradise for Kitsune. Their bastion, their stronghold. It was brought low from internal struggling, literal backstabbing, and it weakened them. It did not strengthen them. And the Sarush came in. Yes, gnashing teeth and scales of green and black. And that was it. That was the beginning of the end for my people. To repeat the same missteps would be true folly, true insanity. Just as I've edited time and reality itself, I must choose only the best from history, from my memories, and I must build something rather than destroy it. Although I have learned here today, I'm very good at destroying.
"19 souls, a debt I willingly put upon myself, a debt I had struck with those poor, unfortunate orc that were slain by these Fae's hands, and their blades of copper, and their strange ways, a cult subjugating them to these thoughts of murder. I wonder if the other Fae have thoughts of murder. It seems to be the only thing upon their mind. I remember speaking to the satyr, learning a bit of that Sindarian. You've not spoken of murder, the way these so willingly commit themselves to. They are a destructive kind of people, weak of will, easily subjugated by strange cults of cold abnormalities. By which god do they pray to pull that strand, that aspect of cold? Which god do they pull? Is it one of they who sit on those damnable 77 thrones? Or another? Speaking of her, she is there. The spectre's words remain on my mind. Don't take me there. She is there. Where we have taken down this Duxit before me, Arkova taking down another, and one prior. Yes, your debt is to be filled, to be completed. No, my brethren, now that you walk on the other side of life, I will see to it that this act is your vengeance. These Duxit must never again raise blade to orc. Never again.
Thank you for that, and thank you all for watching. Bye with a new Ring of Fire. It's awesome. Do today.